Bang, bang, Southern Fried Gang. All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, goodness. There we go. We'll get this right here in a minute. There we go. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. If you give me new toys, I will play with them. Family show, eyes up here. Let's get this thing kicked off. We've got Clemson and Gamecock schedule breakdowns this evening. We've got the MLB. They're not only doing one first thing, they're doing two first things this evening. I've got Scott Stevens, former D1 swim coach, joining me this evening. We're a little bit late. You can blame the kids for that, per the usual, but we're excited to be here. We're about to have a fantastic show. And Scott, my man, Queen City Spurs, go ahead and tell everybody a little bit about yourself before we get going.
Yeah, sure. Like JD said, I'm Scott. I run the Queen City Spur account. I am the sole owner of it. It was an idea that came to me now that I actually don't even quite live in the Charlotte city limits anymore. But I grew up in Columbia. Went to Irmo High School. I'm a Gamecock through and through, and the scene up in Charlotte is extremely Gamecock friendly, and I love engaging with Gamecock fans, and honestly, I love banter that happens on Twitter. So I'm like, you know what? Why don't I combine everything into one? And Queen City Spurs, it was born. And again, I am the sole owner of it. So all of these opinions and everything, this is the guy.
Right. Don't you love it when people say my opinions are my own? Like,
Oh, yeah.
well, I mean, duh, of course they're
Yeah, right.
your
You
own.
said them.
But y'all, yeah, right. Came out of your mouth. And so, yeah, Scott, though, as a matter of fact, that's one thing we're going to get to in the show, ladies and gentlemen. Scott, you might love this. I've got an old segment that I use from time to time, and it's called Experts. Experts. And no, not like EXPERTS. I'm talking about those Twitter experts.
Oh, there's a lot of them out there.
Yeah. Drop the E, and it's literally just expert. You know, that's one of my segments.
There you go.
And I highlight something that maybe they said that was really smart, something they said that was really stupid, or something that was good banter, like you just mentioned. That's all I'm here to do as the Southern Fried Gentleman of Southern Fried Sports. And with all of that said, somebody, for some reason, they believe that I'm pretty good at doing this thing, doing a show, and they've named me host of the Thank God for Football sports kickoff show that we're going to have this fall for Southern Conference football, mainly. There will be other things, obviously, intertwined, but we're going to highlight a lot of Southern Conference football during this kickoff show, and they named me the host. And so that was going to be my big news I shared to everyone, and that's part of GreenvilleSportsMedia.com. You can find tons of article there, tons of great coverage. My co-host, as you can hear, she loves it. She's back here howling for GreenvilleSportsMedia.com. And so we'll have a big kickoff show coming up this year. It'll be 9 a.m. I'll be at Furman Stadium most weeks. Nice. We'll have coaches interviews, players interviews. And as a matter of fact, I'll be at Furman tomorrow when the women's soccer team for the Gamecocks plays the Furman Paladins. So we'll have videos and everything coming up for that. So with all of that said, that's just one huge shout out to GreenvilleSportsMedia.com. I'm happy to be associated with them. I'm happy to have people like Scott who come on the show and share their opinion. I couldn't do this without anybody else. And so I appreciate everyone.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you very much, Scott. Yep. Wild. I'll be the host of like an ESPN college game day kickoff show.
That's
And
the
if
dream.
you think my expectations are anything less than that, you don't know me very well. Because I'm gonna do, you know what I mean? I'm gonna take it 100, as the young folks say, I believe.
There you go.
I'm gonna turn it up. We're gonna
Connect with
have
that
great
audience.
segments. Absolutely, man. That's what you got to do. And so, speaking of, here, let's connect with our audience real quick before we get into this sports talk. We got Tiger Stripes Media. He says, "Go Ducks." Mark Livingston in the house. Good to see you, my good friend. Gamecock Chuck, of course. He keeps me on that schedule. That's a military man right there, Gamecock Chuck. Good dude. Good dude he is. Also, go follow Gamecock Chuck. Queen City, are you familiar with Gamecock Chuck?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man, great videos. And as a matter of fact, are you familiar with SEC Lockdown?
That
was
one I'm
one.
not, no.
Okay, so it just came back apparently, and Gamecock Chuck was like, "Hey, man, the guy that got me into YouTubing, he's back on YouTube. Apparently, he had taken like a break, but he restarted his channel, and it's SEC Lockdown. So
Okay.
go hit him. Yeah, hit him with a subscribe as well. Tiger Stripes Media. Yes, I am done with the Braves. Have been done with the Braves. I had to avoid trade talk the other night on the show just because I've tuned out, man. The Braves, I've tuned out. Which we do have MLB news coming up after we finish connecting with the audience. Let's see here. Pensman Sports. Yeah, the Steelers are in the AFC. Yeah. Yeah. I was agreeing with what you said, Pensman. That'll come up later in the show when we talk about Micah Parsons. Let's see here. Pensman, Clemson fan. Boo, bad joke, but it's all good. I'm an expert at knowing nothing. Yeah. I'm an expert at knowing nothing and making it sound like I know things. How about that? So, with all of that said, we know our audience. We know Scott. Let's get Scott talking for a minute. Let's see what he thinks about the Major League Baseball. To Pensman and Brian's question. Or actually, Brian's question. Am I done with the Braves yet? I'm completely done with MLB baseball. But this whole gig at Bristol Motor Speedway, I'm here for it. I'm a NASCAR fan. I'm a baseball fan. You got a baseball game inside a NASCAR racetrack. Love it. One game is not enough. You should have made it like a whole little series or an in-season tournament like they're doing now in every sport. But the MLB, they're having two firsts this evening. One of them, first ever Major League Baseball game being played in the state of Tennessee, and the number one time that they've ever played inside of a racetrack. So Queen City, if the Braves didn't suck so bad, I would be so tuned into this. But since it's the Braves, the Braves and the Reds, I'm just like, meh. So you tell me, am I right, wrong? What are your thoughts?
Well, metrics tell us yes. You're right. This is a major deal. Do you know what the highest single game attendance in NCAA football history is? I'm gonna see if you know this one.
Man, I don't know. It's probably about 106,000.
So it involves somebody the Gamecocks will see this year, Virginia Tech Hokies, versus the Tennessee Volunteers. Do you want to take a guess on where they played that game?
Oh, yeah. Gamecock Chuck, he's already letting us know. They played it at Bristol. Yeah, Virginia Tech.
Played it at Bristol.
And who did they play?
Virginia Tech and Tennessee in
Yeah.
2016. 156,990 spectators.
Mhm.
So it's the classic. You build it, they will come. I think exposing sports to all areas that don't have it is it's a dream, right? I mean, I'm from South Carolina. I live in North Carolina. We don't have Major League Baseball. We are a Braves fan by proxy, and like you keep pointing, yeah, it's not fun to watch right now. So I fully support the idea of these off-site games, and I mean, let's be real. The Savannah Bananas just went into Clemson and sold out. I
Right.
know that's a gimmick, but it's baseball at its core roots. They sold out a stadium. I mean, they're selling out everywhere. I have coworkers that went to the one here in Charlotte, and they freaking loved it. So
Mhm.
huge deal, huge deal.
I did YouTube shorts of the one they did down in Memorial Stadium.
Mm.
So Clemson fans, I can't call it Death Valley until y'all take it from LSU in the opener. So if
I think some
LSU beats
Clemson fans might be really happy with what I have to say later too.
really, yeah. Well, Death
Yeah.
Valley, I've said this too, Queen City. The state of South Carolina, we can't have nothing, apparently. We can't have nothing. We can't have the real USC. We can't have the real Death Valley. We can't have the real Carolina. Man,
Yeah, they don't
we
like
should
us.
just take our ball and go home.
Yeah, they don't like us.
No, not a bit. And then to tie this back to baseball, you mentioned North Carolina. We've talked about Tennessee not having that baseball game.
Mm-hmm.
The Braves have a monopoly on the South. Have you ever seen that map? That's like the Braves map where there's no other team
Oh
within
yeah,
600
is it?
miles
I mean,
anywhere
is the
in
closest
any
team to
direction.
them Cincinnati? I mean, is that has to be the closest team to them?
Um, I
Tampa Bay
mean, I don't.
Rays, Cincinnati
Yeah, I don't.
like Cincinnati Reds, like
Florida.
one of the
Yeah,
two.
Florida Marlins, maybe.
You know what? I'm gonna ask.
Yeah, ask. Find out. Let's
Closest
find out right now.
MLB team to Atlanta Braves. All right. Tampa. Well, oh man. It's either the Reds or Tampa. I mean, it's going to be one of those like down to the freaking inch. So, let me ask my
Really?
buddy ChatGPT real quick.
Yeah. Let's find out.
I use ChatGPT a lot.
Yeah, they'll know. I'm sure they'll know.
Okay. Tampa Bay Rays, 415 miles from Atlanta. Cincinnati Reds, 450 miles. So it literally was down to 35 miles.
Yeah. Honestly, and
So,
I wouldn't have guessed Cincinnati. Like that, to me, it's wild that the closest team to the Braves is Cincinnati. Yet the Southeast is, I mean, obviously a hotbed for baseball talent.
right.
But MLB, I mean, they just got the one Braves.
It's also crazy to think that, you got schools like Vanderbilt and Tennessee that are, I mean, they're kingpins in baseball. Like, whether we want to admit it as South Carolina fans or not, they have multiple national titles. Now, the multiple part comes from the Vanderbilt, but oh man, baseball's hot there. They should get something in Nashville, man. That would go so well.
I'm shocked they're not there already. 100% can't believe they're not there. But
Trying to think
speaking,
of like
yeah, speaking of those two first though, for the MLB and Tennessee all together, East Tennessee State is actually going to benefit from the whole Bristol Stadium thing. Let me see if I can bring up the post for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so the East Tennessee State baseball team, they're going to get the turf left over from the game that's being played between the Reds and the Braves. It's raining though, man. It sucks. They've been rain delayed. It's
That's a
raining
cool.
again.
That's a cool give back. I like that.
For sure. It is. And
I mean,
they were
because
actually
I think you know
featuring.
my, I think you know my history in swimming. Every 4 years, when USA Swimming hosts the Olympic trials, the pool they build for that is auctioned off, and a team gets to buy that. So, like, whether it's a college team or a club team or whatever, but they get to buy that, and I think that's a really
Wow.
cool, like, upgrade to somebody's facility somewhere. I just think I like when things don't just go to waste. I like when venues and facilities are actually like repurposed. I think that's really
Mhm.
cool.
Right. Well, and as I mentioned, I feel like the MLB didn't take full advantage because this should have had way more than just one game played,
Hmm.
in my opinion.
Hmm.
Like there should have been numerous games played. As my computer decides it's going to be crazy on me for a minute. Hopefully, y'all can still hear me and see me.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, what we're going to do though is we're going to dive in. I've got a clip. Let me bring it up on the stage. And this is East Tennessee State baseball getting that turf on Good Morning America.
You might be wondering what happened to the field after Saturday night. So we have some exclusive news to pass along. We've actually just learned that the field will be donated to nearby East Tennessee State University, the baseball team.
It's awesome.
All right. And let me pause it on my end. That is awesome, isn't it? And the publicity of it, no less. I mean, just fantastic.
Yeah.
And East Tennessee State, a lot of people might know this about me, but I run the Sideline Sport Network for East Tennessee State. And so they're near and dear to my heart. You know, I keep track of them. I know what's going on. I interviewed one of their tight ends, Charlie Browder, just the other day. So it's fantastic to see just publicity coming their way. They donated a bunch of stuff to John Gruden. They sent him like a swag bucket. And so they were on the national news for that. And then this with the game at Bristol, just fantastic for East Tennessee State.
Yeah.
But in regards to the MLB, where we started this conversation, I think that wraps it up for it. It's their first time playing in Tennessee. I think they need to expand there. Scott, he's good with that. I'm shocked Nashville doesn't have a team.
Or at least Memphis. I feel like I know. Yeah. Right. Anyways.
No, yeah, you're good. Yeah, Memphis. I mean, and I'm sure there's minor league teams galore.
Right.
That's one thing. That's a big deal. A lot of us go to minor league games. You go to a lot of minor league games?
I do. We I actually organized a annual team night at the Charlotte Knights every year, and I'm finding out that my new gig has lots of boxes there, so I will be going more.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
That's nice. Watching baseball in the air condition.
That's right.
Which, hey, granted, we did get a break. We got a break today, y'all.
Oh my God, that was great.
Got to be thankful for getting a break. Man, it was fantastic. Golly. What a great feeling day. What a great time to be here. We have, let's see, 20 minutes. All right. That is what I like to call the Southern Fried appetizers of the show. Little quick hitters, get some random topics in. We do have 2 major topics coming up, Clemson and Gamecocks. And we're going to talk about Micah Parsons and the Dallas Cowboys before that. So let me ask you guys this question. Scott, if you've got a player, he wants a new contract, you're not getting it done. How in the world can you be shocked when he requested a trade? Bro, he's been begging you for a new contract. What in the world is shocking about him doing the next logical step in the process? Requesting a trade. Micah Parsons requested a trade. Ain't no way Jerry Jones going to trade him, in my opinion. This feels like those 2 horned animals. They're locked together in the woods. And I don't know what it's gonna take to break them apart, Scott.
Right or wrong, you don't go toe to toe with Jerry Jones. He will twist everything on you. And again, I'm an outsider. I don't deal in the front office stuff, but it was a little surprising to see his like, oh, I don't know, I guess this is just part of the process. Like that's basically what he came out and said to try and downplay it, right? Like, oh, players ask for trades all the time. This is just part of the negotiating tool. And like, it may be, but you can't be surprised when somebody that has put it all on the line for you is playing otherworldly, and then all of a sudden he doesn't want to be there anymore. I don't know I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not a Dallas fan, so I'm kind of just like eating popcorn, watching it unfold, but you know, who sees?
Right. It's going to be popcorn. I'm telling you. This might be one of those things because Micah, he's got a podcast. And
that's right.
Albeit for better or for worse, he's probably going to comment on the situation.
Oh, yeah.
And, I mean, we just saw Tyreek Hill put his foot in his mouth. Did you see that? He said Achane, however you pronounce it. He's not a third down back. And he says he's just being honest. But at some point, Micah Parsons is going to be honest.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's what Jerry Jones wants to hear. I mean, listen, the Cowboys have been where they are for quite some time. On a downward trajectory. I think this whole Micah thing, depending how it plays out, this could sink the ship, Scott, in my opinion. Like I'm talking about
that ship's been sunk.
Send Dallas to send them to the basement of the NFL.
The Cleveland Brown level.
Because at this point, right, if Jerry Jones stays his stubborn self, and this goes very badly with Micah Parsons, I'm telling you, Dallas Cowboys are not going to be very good or making any Super Bowls or any playoffs anywhere in the near future, in my opinion. And
I would agree.
This was another expert segment too. That there was something on experts too here I could mention. There was a guy talking about the salary cap. He said, man, I wish the salary cap would go away. And I don't necessarily know if I would want it to go away. However, what I will say is if an NFL team has the money and they want to spend it, they should be able to do so. What happens with these NFL teams is you pay one defensive end or one quarterback or one wide receiver an astronomical amount, and you're literally cutting corners and eating bologna sandwiches everywhere else to try to make a roster daggum good enough to win. So I would be okay if the NFL raised their salary cap. I don't know if I want them to get rid of it. But that it was a daggum good point. Or then could you separate quarterbacks from it, maybe? Could you separate positions? I would be opposed to that. What do you think? Would you be okay if they said, like, even in college with NIL? What if they said you could pay the quarterback whatever, but you got X amount for the rest of the team? Would you be okay with that?
Oh man, I don't know if I've ever even heard of like a protected position that's like an uncapped position versus the bucket for everybody else. Oh man, that's a good point. I don't. Oh, it's so hard for me to say yes to that in the grand scheme of teams win these games, right? Like you can have. I'm gonna. I don't know if I want to take an example of like the Ravens, right? You know, you got Lamar Jackson. Dude is an absolute stud, but he's not the sole reason those teams are losing those games. You got bad quarterbacks on decent teams that might just be like game managers, making it farther than these star quarterbacks on mediocre teams. So I guess you're trading one situation for another when you protect a position in terms of how much you're going to pay the guy. I don't know. That's a really good point. I would love to see how the scenarios would play out, right?
Right. Oh, it would be such a dynamic, but then I've always thought about it from the team aspect, like you do, obviously. If you've got a quarterback that's making so much more than everybody else already, and then you're also going to tell everybody else that he's making so much more than you that we had to separate his pay altogether. There's a quote in The 40-Year-Old Virgin, and it says you're putting something on a pedestal. So you're putting the quarterback on a pedestal.
Right.
So, yeah, I'll drop movie references and everything in between on Southern Fried Sports.
It's a great quote. If you've ever seen the movie, that's a great quote.
Yeah, it is. It is a good one. You're putting it up on a pedestal. And the quarterbacks, though, would then be getting put up on this pedestal. So, I don't know, man. There's just so much that goes into it, not to mention all the math, all the budget. But it really feels weird when you look at some of the teams and you look at the amount of salary cap space they have versus some of the other ones. Like, gosh, I mean, I can even look it up, which I will real quick, because I'm curious now to see who's got the most salary cap in the NFL. I mean, going into this season, we'll find out really quick thanks to Sport Track. All right.
I mean, I just looked at the highest paid non-quarterback, and it surprised me.
Ooh, highest paid non-quarterback, Myles Garrett.
Do you know who it is?
Myles Garrett.
TJ Watt.
No, yeah, that's right.
It surprised me. Yeah.
Classic example, though, of why you pay someone sooner than later. Because guess what? The price is not going down. It's going to go up.
Oh, absolutely. Because these things will be restructured, right? Somebody will sign some deal, and then everybody else is going to renegotiate theirs, and it's just going to drive it all up.
Right. And speaking of experts again, I saw somebody post earlier. Excuse me. Who's going to be the first one to sign between Micah Parsons, Trey Hendrickson, or Terry McLaurin. All three of them. Trey hasn't necessarily asked for a trade yet, but we all know
Micah.
he's been. I said Micah too. No, actually, I said Trey. No, I said Trey. Because Trey and his deal has been going on longer.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe. Micah, if he does get signed sooner than later, it won't be with the Cowboys. I don't think.
Yeah.
It would be that he made the trade.
I think his time in Dallas is over.
Yeah. And so speaking of the salary cap stuff, though, that I mentioned, golly. I mean, most of the teams up here make sense. And a lot of people are predicting one thing for the team with the most cap space. And this might be about to blow y'all's mind. San Francisco has the most cap space right now. They have 20%. They've only used 80% of their cap. The cap, by the way, does anybody know the NFL cap for a salary? For the year, for the team, I mean?
279 million, 280 million, somewhere in there.
It's about to go up to that. Let's see. Yep. So, this year, 279, which, by the way, hold on, let me correct myself. That was 2024. I'm on 2025
I was like, I
now.
actually see a different team at the top right now.
Yeah, New England.
Which does not surprise me. Yeah, it's New England.
$59,999,000.
Yeah, $59 million in available money. Holy mackerel.
Look at the next one. Detroit.
Go Lions,
San Francisco. Baby. I mean, Detroit and San Francisco have been perennial playoff teams for the last, 5-6 years. Kinda.
The thing to note, though, about the 49ers is I'm looking at something that has dead money attached to it. San Francisco has 94 million of dead money. The Lions only have 26 million. So they might be similar in cap space, but, man, they got way more dead money.
Right. Yeah, I just tried to click dead money, too. And it won't let me for some reason.
Panthers are sitting pretty, 19 million.
What does that even mean? What does dead money even mean? Anybody out there in the chat world?
I don't know.
Tell me. I've seen it before. I know about it, but it's just wild to me that a few of these teams are at the top that are at the top.
Dead money refers to salary cap space that's being used on a player no longer on the team.
Okay. Bringing a whole new meaning to the level of that guy is dead to me.
Yeah, money already paid that still hits the cap, but the guy's not on the team anymore. Okay.
Yeah.
So San Francisco's, they might have a lot of space, but man, they wasted a ton of it. So
okay, hey, and then I've got this one question too. If you scroll all the way down to the 32nd team, you'll see a negative number. What? Wait, whoa, why? It's a salary cap. How in the world could you possibly be in the negative? They're
going to pay fines.
Isn't there, you know what I mean? That's the other thing about it. If you want to spend the money, you can spend the money, but you're going to have to pay the fines after it. So when does it become valuable for an owner to say, you know what? Screw it. I am literally going to buy a championship. Because if you commit to paying the fines, you commit to paying the players, whatever, you can build your super team and win. And
so the team right above the last one, the Broncos, I'm fairly confident they always operate in the negative because they have the richest owner in the NFL. I feel like I've seen that somewhere. Because it's Rob Walton, and he is like $100 billion. Like he's worth like
Yeah.
$100 billion. I feel like the Broncos have always operated at a deficit.
Speaking of that, I saw a post the other day who said whoever gets Elon Musk interested in college football first wins.
See, I think South Carolina has an up there because of part of our name. I feel like he would like that humor. I don't know. That's just me.
Right. That would be wild though, man. And at what point though do people just start investing into college football to try to influence it for whatever reason?
Yeah.
Gambling, whatever. Let's get P Digits in here real quick. We've got P Digits. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. If you comment on the show, we will read your comment on the show. He thinks the Cowboys have leveled out at mediocrity 2 bad years ago. I didn't read that right for the effect. Let me try that again. I think the Cowboys have leveled out at mediocrity to bad years ago. Punctuation is your friend. I did not have it there, and that was my bad. Words are hard. English is hard.
Late.
Have you seen the videos about English and teaching kids English and stuff? Like, obviously, us with kids, the new math stuff. Oh, bro, don't get me started on that rabbit hole.
I'm coming up on 20 years out of high school next year. I don't want to talk about it.
They literally take something that is so simple and they try to make it as hard as possible, which is great if you want to do sports. This might be one of my best coaching tips to anyone out there. If you want to get better at something, you have to practice doing it harder than what is normal. So, if you're 12 years old and the kid is throwing 65 miles an hour, you need to be in the batting cage trying to hit 75 to 80 mile an hour fastballs. And guess what? If you see that one that's 65 mile an hour, it's going to look a lot slower because you've been looking at them at 75 miles per hour.
There you go.
So that's a little bit of trademark batting advice from your Southern Fried gentleman on Southern Fried Sports. But the moral of the story, though, is you got to practice at a harder, more advanced level if you want to get good at stuff. Going back, oh my goodness. There's that pedestal talk again, Scott. QBs are already on a pedestal. Let's see what else we got. Left tackle. You got to protect the blind side. What do you feel about that movie, knowing what happened with Michael Oher after the fact, Queen City?
It's a shame.
You know, they made it that whole feel good story.
Yeah.
And then lo and behold, the movie didn't actually portray Michael Oher the way he was. So
I don't
make
like
you feel
stories
different about
like that. No, I don't like stories that kind of I can't think of the word that's off the top of my head right now. I don't like stories that expose situations that don't like it's a feel good story, but if it wasn't told right, then it was just for a movie. Like, I don't know. It's a good movie. It had a lot of as a sports fan, like I liked it because it had all the cameos in it, especially from like the old SEC days. Like it was kind of cool, but I can't get on board with a story that exposes something just for a cash grab or tickets.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, you're right. I mean, honestly, you could probably say clickbait almost. Like, because at first, love the movie. But then seeing what happened, I mean, as far as Michael Oher goes, I mean, there was even something to do with his pay and his like loyalty checks and stuff like that. It's all wild.
Yeah, I like that.
But we can go down any rabbit hole because that left tackle talk turned into a left tackle, Michael Oher. And so, hey, we'll do our final transition of the evening, Scott. Two big topics left. Queen City Spurs, though, today, one of our Gamecocks into the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
That's right, baby.
Sterling Sharp. Him and Shannon Sharp.
First one.
Are both in the news. So, hey.
For different reasons.
Sterling Sharp, my man, Queen City. Tell us what you think about the guy.
I mean, what do you say?
Into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer, right? Like, it's really hard to knock the first of something at your university. So, like, first Gamecock in the Pro Hall of Fame. That is absolutely incredible. And hopefully there will be many more. But the fact is that somebody broke through that wall now. And now there is a gold head in Canton that represented the Garnet and Black. So, kudos.
Absolutely kudos. And then he had an emotional speech. There were tons of emotional speeches, actually. I think Jared Allen had one with his daughters. Sterling Sharp and Shannon Sharp, the brothers. And sports are awesome, man. They are.
Right?
They can bring out the warm and gushy in you. They can bring out the ugly in you. There's one radio host I've heard, and here, I'll get your thoughts on this too. You as a coach, I bet you can agree with this. There is a bottom 10% of fans, or in your case as a coach, parents. There's a bottom 10% of people that are just like, don't want to deal with them, don't want to talk to them, don't want to know nothing about what you got to say.
It's the predisposed. I know more than you. I don't need to hear you. Oh man, it happens all the time. Like I mean, I don't want to say this like as the sole reason, but it's a large part of why I got out of the profession of coaching in general. Like, I did it for 18 years, and at what point do you now become if we're going to tie it back into the beginning of the show, at what point do you become an expert? You know, like, my opinion is based on 18 years of me doing this. You know, it's always that 10% that's the loudest too. And again, we see it on Twitter. We see it on, literally everything. I know more than you. I don't need to hear from you. You're wrong. Like, dude, it's everywhere.
It is. And exactly to your point, they're always the loudest ones. Like on X for experts. It's literally the one with the least amount of followers that always have like the biggest thing to say. And I mean, I'm telling you, if they posted it on an account that had 15,000 followers, it would literally be a viral comment.
I have to check myself sometimes when there was a post that I did recently that was like 30,000 views or something like that, because I engaged with a Clemson schedule, right? And I'm sure we'll talk about this coming up, but I engaged in a Clemson schedule, and the amount of people that were like, and I'm not trying to discredit anybody with small followings, but when you have like 30 followers and you're claiming to be some subject matter expert, or having the know of the situation, it's comical. And I have to find myself clicking on these profiles and being like, should I take these guys seriously? Oh, they have like 30,000 followers. Yeah, I'm gonna you know what? I'm going to listen to them maybe a little harder than I will some guy from Daniels High School that says something and he has 31 followers. Like, come on.
Right. Well, and Nick Saban said it too, man. He said it to his football players. Why are you listening to some guy that's sitting in his mama's basement typing on the internet
Mm-hmm.
in his boxers? I mean, fortunately for me, you can come see me at Furman Football Stadium coming up soon. I'll be
Nice
there
plug.
at the soccer game tomorrow. So you can come see me in person. I promise you, while I might be in my boxers right now, you'll never know because it's a family show and we keep our eyes up here. So you'll never know. But you can come see me in person. You can come punch me in the face in real life. Right
There you go.
after we talk about this Clemson and Gamecock football schedule, I am ready to dive into it. I don't know that our listeners are. P Digits. Anybody else? Let's see who else. We got Gamecock Chuck, Tiger Stripes, Mark, Pinsman. Of course, we've got you, we've got Pinsman, and we've got me. And I know my dad is out there listening somewhere. So,
Nice.
with all of that said, ladies and gentlemen, it is, in fact, time for me to show the Clemson football schedule. Let me see if I can get the right screen showing. That is not the one I want. Give me just one moment. But either way, the Clemson football schedule is coming up. We're going to talk about it right now. Matter of fact, I'm going to give Clemson football all the lore. Queen City.
Mm.
They don't even have to look at us while we talk about it if I don't want to. But I'm only gonna give you this for just a minute, okay, Clemson fans? This only lasts for just a minute. LSU, Troy, Georgia Tech, Syracuse, UNC, Boston College, SMU, Duke, Florida State, Louisville, Furman, and just that other team from down there in Columbia, South Carolina. So, Queen City, can you give me your most non-Gamecock take and schedule breakdown for Clemson football?
Yes. So I'm trying to take this in the lens of realistic expectations. First year defensive coordinator. That's a huge thing that the people need to realize. Yes, they have talent. They also have talent last year. New defensive coordinator, new schemes, however you want to look at it. My realistic take, 10-2. With 2 of those games potentially being pretty big toss-ups that are going to define their season in the first 4 weeks. So that's mine, 10-2.
10-2. 10-2.
Yep.
I am not far off. Honestly, if I had to go game by game.
We can, yeah.
LSU. 1, 2, 3. What do you say? We'll do it at the same time. So 1, 2, 3. Win. Okay. So right there, I must stop and say, it's so hard. Because if I say they beat LSU, I would say there's no way they beat 2 SEC teams in the same season.
I say they beat LSU because neither team have proven lately that they are good at season openers. Both have put themselves on tough situations. You look at Clemson, Georgia, both times, whether it's in Atlanta or Charlotte, they lose those games. But they're, 2 years ago was not close at all. Or was that last year? That was last year that they got thumped in Atlanta. Yep. And then the Charlotte game was like 10-3 because I tailgated for that one with a bunch of buddies. Like that was a fun game. But my thing, you take the home team when you're undecided about these types of things. LSU sucks in the season opener. Clemson sucks in the season opener. Both teams will be very different come October. But I think I take the home team, and I take Death Valley students, and I take Clemson selling alcohol for the first time in their stadium ever for that game. I take Clemson.
Very good points. I can't disagree with you very much right there. Chuck here, 10-2, 11-1. Heck yeah, let's go, he says, regarding the college football talk. And then he was at the Georgia Clemson game, I think, is the one he's referencing. From where, I mean, at one point, Dabo had already conceded in the third quarter.
Oh, very much.
And to your point, though, Clemson finally getting a home opener versus neutral field. I got to be honest with you. This guy over here, your Southern Fried gentleman of Southern Fried Sports, and a little Boston accent for you. This guy's not a fan of neutral field games. Not a fan.
Oh.
Gamecocks. Man, listen, Queen City, Charlotte, we know it. We love it. Not as an opener, though, man. No. It's already your first game. You already don't have a preseason. You basically are just playing yourself for 3 weeks, 4 weeks leading up to the season, and then all of a sudden you open up and you're in an all new environment. And granted, both teams do it. I get it. So there's no competitive balance either way. Dirty C word, competition, competitive. That I like to see level competition, competing fields. But when you're talking about football teams and going on the road, I mean, they're just now getting used to the bus ride or the plane ride for the first time. Think about Notre Dame and them. But they went to Ireland and did a game last year. There is no sense in doing that if you're college football. College football has zero reason to try to grow globally. The NFL, I understand it. Fine. MLB, I understand it. Fine. Soccer, NBA, hockey. Any of you can try to grow as globally as you want to. But college football? No. I mean, they're not going to start fielding college football teams at the University of Notre Dame, Ireland, whatever.
I'd rather see you go to Australia, given the amount of like rugby punters that you get from there.
I am all for players coming internationally to come play college football. All for that. I love it even in college basketball because American basketball is getting surpassed by fundamental basketball from other countries. Quickly and in a hurry. I've definitely said that before. But anyways, another rabbit hole for the Clemson football schedule. I'm all for, though, getting players internationally, but college football has no business trying to grow globally. For the love of God, Scott, we just now got Rashul Faison able to practice.
Oh, my God.
Legitimately. Like, apparently he's been practicing. It wasn't even really approved to practice. That's why it was like non-news to me.
My heart is just gonna break when that all happens.
Oh my God! If they say no to him after all this, bro, oh Lord, riot.
This feels too much like Omarion Hampton from UNC. It just feels too much.
Yeah, I mean, it does. I'm not happy about it. I don't know if it'll go well, but yeah, riot. We will riot. If they've left him hanging in the balance this long, he could have signed an undrafted free agent contract for the NFL this year.
Mhm.
Like, nah. But again, though, that's why it was non-news to me that he was able to practice.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he been practicing, bro. Like, hey, thanks for joining the party. Like, he been practicing. Hey, welcome to the party, NCAA. My goodness. So, anyways, let's see. Let's get some comments in. We got a few of them coming up.
I agree with P Digit and what he just said.
Here, oh yeah, and let me get Chuck in real quick too. Let's see. Yeah, so we got
Mhm.
Gamecock Chuck. Let's see. The 3 games in question are Louisville, Duke, and SC. Honestly, I'm very similar to that. I got to throw Georgia Tech maybe in that mix.
I didn't have Duke. I had Georgia Tech. Yeah.
There, yeah, Georgia Tech. That's the one. Brent Keys, Haynes King. There's a guy that I listen to on the radio all the time. He said Haynes King's like 40 years old at this point.
I mean, Atlanta itself is a house of nightmare for Clemson.
Yeah.
I did a little bit of research for this. Now, in the last 9 years, it's been 9-0 Clemson. So, like, kudos for them, but they've also, I think everybody can agree, have gone through the best decade of their football program ever. But before that, the overall record when they play in Atlanta is 40-13, favoring Georgia Tech. I don't think Clemson fans realize that they've only won 13 games out of 53 played in Atlanta. That is a house of horrors for them. But like I said, they're 9-0 in the last 10. So I don't know.
Man.
I think that's a very tough game if you're breaking in a new defensive coordinator and you can't figure it out in the first month. I don't know.
Right. And that's the second time you've mentioned the defensive coordinator.
Mm.
And I will say this. I hear you on being new.
It's easier to bring in defensive guys.
But he's only new to Clemson. I mean, Scott, you got to be honest.
Sure.
I mean, he's called great defenses for Penn State and Indiana.
On the flip side of that,
I
Garrett
trust
Riley.
him, dude. Oh yeah, trust me.
Garrett Riley called some great stuff over there, and then just went his first 2 years at Clemson. So,
as a Gamecock fan, I'll tell y'all first and foremost, I wanted Garrett Riley because it came out because Shane Beamer coached with Lincoln, and one of the first offensive coordinators that I saw a lot about Beamer hiring was Garrett Riley. I was like, yes, hire him. And then he went to Clemson, and I was like, man, congratulations, Clemson. Y'all got the dude. Y'all good. Like Garrett Riley, I'm telling y'all, gonna do work. But him and Cade, I mean, we're going to find out, though.
Yep.
Do they level off, or is Cade sitting in New York? I would love nothing more, folks, than for Lenore Sellers and Cade Klubnik both to be sitting in New York this year for high school.
it would be awesome. It'd be awesome.
When I played the NCAA football game, I wanted the Gamecocks and the Clemson Tigers to be 10-0, 11-0, whatever it was, going into that final game, playing for a spot in the BCS National Championship. A lot of times, we was so good it didn't matter. Clemson and South Carolina, I had it set up on my NCAA game. We was heading for that rival. Golly, it just sucks that there's not really that many even rivals. It's a lot of pain and a lot of gain for some of them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like for Gamecocks, We rode high for 5 years with Steve Spurrier.
Oh yeah, I was at every single one of those.
Man, it's wild. P. Digits, he thinks the playoff games should be played on campus. Let the community gain the benefit for supporting their local college. Agree. And not only that, let your local economy benefit from it. P. Digits, he can't disagree with Chuck. P. Digits, though, Clemson fan, this one caught me, Scott.
Mm-hmm.
So, Clemson fan right here. 6 games that I guess P. Digits, could we call them 50-50 games? Would that be fair?
Oh, I was blasted on Twitter for calling a game 50-50.
I do.
I agree with 4 of these 6. I think Clemson handles Syracuse and Duke heavily. Now, the Syracuse game is going to depend on their performance in Atlanta. Can they come back home? And if it's a tough one in Atlanta, it's going to be a harder game for Syracuse. But Duke is coming off a bye. So I don't know.
And then we got the Clemson fan right here saying that Haynes King might be the best quarterback in the ACC, not Cade Klubnik, who I just said people are projecting to New York. What do you make of that, Scott?
Cade 1A, Haynes 1B. I think they are extremely close, and it's not close behind them.
We might have our most logical Clemson fan ever.
It's nice to see, right?
He is willing to even say, yeah, I'm a realist. Yeah, hey, if you don't believe me, check my X profile right now. Also, while you're at it, follow Queen City Spurs, and then check my profile, though. Literally, I say I'm a realist and an opinionist. All right.
I think one game on the schedule, though, that hasn't been discussed yet is UNC. Only because it's at Chapel Hill and it's Bill Belichick. We have no idea what UNC is going to look like this year. None. Now, pending some schedules and some things in my life, I actually might be at that game. We'll see. I don't know. It's being in the conversation right now at Chapel Hill, October 4th. We'll see. Louisville is another one, and I know that's been talked about pretty much by everybody. It's a Friday night game. I don't know. If Florida State is an emotional game, then Louisville will be really tough because it's a Saturday emotional game to a Friday night away game. There's a lot to look at there.
Absolutely. It's so weird. I literally just searched Gamecock schedule real quick, and it's showing me literally 2025, but it's showing me Old Dominion as the opening game. So I know that's not accurate.
Something else that I picked up on today, and I don't know if this is an ACC versus SEC thing. The breakdown of games, Clemson has 4 games and then a bye, 3 games and then a bye, 5 games. So their 2 byes are like 4-3-5, which is something you should probably keep in the back of your head when like the tough games are at the end. You're playing 5 in a row. And I think that's really important to look at because then when you look at Carolina's, they're 5-4-3. So they're front loaded with the amount of games they have before their bye weeks.
Right.
So just something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, absolutely. That's interesting schedule talk because South Carolina, they have to get out to a 5-0 start, in my opinion. If
I would agree looking at their schedule, yeah.
Correct. I mean, we're about to bring up their schedule right now. Had to work out a couple of things here. And here we go. Maybe there we go. Let's see if I can get you down to see most of the right schedule. It's not as pretty as Clemson's. Apparently, the media department for the Gamecocks is slacking. But
Things I've
there's
never
nothing
heard.
bigger than that neutral game at Virginia Tech to open the season, in my opinion. Scott,
Mhm.
let's start right there.
Mhm. I would agree. I was at the 2014 season opener against Texas A&M that Shane Beamer referenced this week. You know, you have all the hype in the world surrounding your program, and then you come out against a good opponent and you got ran out of your own stadium. I remember that was not a fun game. But I don't think this Virginia Tech team is that Texas A&M team. So I don't know. I think South Carolina wins this game. Don't know by how much, but I think they win. So,
And I feel like the Gamecocks, though, are notorious for starting out slowly.
but they're also
Like,
good
even
at
in their
winning
opener.
these games. Like their record versus NC State in the opener is good. Their record versus UNC in the opener is better. I feel like they win these games. I don't know. I have a feeling they win the game, but I don't know if it's going to be by 3 or if it's going to be by 20.
Right. I mean, I do agree. At the end of the day, I think the Gamecocks end up skirting the first game. The one that I think might get us in those first few weeks, obviously, Battle of the
Missouri.
Columbias.
Yeah.
We said it at the same time and didn't even plan it.
Yep. I honestly,
Missouri. I hate Eli. I hate Eli Drinkwitz. Go ahead. You talk.
I think most people do. You're not wrong. He's got a very unlikable demeanor. Though I will say he did do some rant. I can't remember the exact context, but he did some rant that I actually used when I coached of like, listen to this. Like, this is important. The only thing I'll say about Missouri is they have an unknown quarterback. That's about all I can say.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Gamecock Chuck says Virginia Tech will be a double-digit win by the Gamecocks. And Mark, he says he thinks SC wins. It'll be an ugly game, kind of like they do against UNC in the openers.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what I was doing. So sometimes I have a very pessimistic outlook on the schedule, and I only do that for my own mental health. Honestly, I don't do it for anybody else. I do it for me. If I expect to lose the game, makes it a hell of a lot easier when you lose the game. So,
or when you win, makes it
better. Oh yeah, exactly. It's like, heck yeah. Like I remember counting wins on Gamecock schedules back in the Spurrier days. It just win, Kentucky, win, Vanderbilt, win. Like you had those guaranteed wins. They are far and few between these days in college football, so you better enjoy them. And so, with that in mind, I did try to take a more optimistic approach with the South Carolina Gamecocks. So, I am going to say Virginia Tech win. South Carolina State win.
Yep.
Gonna go Vanderbilt win.
Yep.
I'm gonna say that we get that Eli Drinkwitz monkey off our back. Win. Yep. I'm gonna say Kentucky win.
Yep.
And here's where it gets difficult, because as badly as I want to beat LSU and pay them back for last year, that will be the first loss for the Gamecocks at LSU, the real Death Valley. Shout out back to earlier in the show. Versus Oklahoma, win. Versus Alabama, win. At Ole Miss, win. At Texas A&M, win. At home versus Coastal Carolina, win. And Clemson, win. Gamecocks, 11-1. That's the most optimistic I can be. I don't believe it for 1 minute. But there's record of me saying it now.
Sure. Three games trip me
digits.
Up.
He says,
predict
yep.
That.
Yep, go ahead. What are yours?
3 games trip me up from saying 11-1. LSU trips me up, Alabama trips me up, and at A&M trips me up. I have Missouri and Ole Miss are the same to me. They have an unknown quarterback. I have no clue what those teams are going to look like. So if you have an unknown quarterback in the SEC, you could be Oklahoma, as last year. I don't know. Alabama, even though it's at home, is still Alabama, and they still have those guys. But at A&M trips me up, and at LSU trips me up. So we'll see. Those are toss-ups in my eyes. I don't know.
Right. These guys are hilarious over here, though, in the stream. Mark,
I agree with them.
He knows me. He's like, bro, I literally hate talking to you during games. We'll be doing great. And I'm like, yeah, but can they keep it up? Like, listen, man. When you've been around the world, you gotta expect, if you expect to be disappointed, you won't be disappointed when you're disappointed. You know what I mean?
I mean, how many Carolina fans had their hearts ripped out in 2010 when they beat Alabama, #1 major deal,
and lost to Kentucky?
Lost to Kentucky. Like, how many of us had our hearts ripped out?
Or how about, hey, we finally won the SEC East. We make it to the conference championship game. We had already played Auburn once. We played them kind of good. Played them good. Nope, not in the conference championship game. Most deplorable thing you've ever seen in your life.
And it was funny because that game was close for almost 2 quarters.
Yeah. We had made it to halftime.
Oh, I was there. I was in the Georgia Dome.
We was there.
Mm-hmm.
Golly, we were there and we let them off the hook.
Yeah. Mark brings up a really good point, and that's why A&M is not. I cannot trust them beating Texas A&M at A&M right now. I can't.
Listen, like I said, honestly,
I want to
right now. If I put every 50-50 game that the Gamecocks have as a loss, all right,
they're 0-12.
No, not that bad. But honestly, yes, that could be the case. But like, seriously, like if I'm going through and I'm checking like what I think is an honest, no doubt win.
Right.
I can't do that with Virginia Tech. I can't do that with Missouri.
Right.
I can't do that with LSU. I'm borderline on doing it with Oklahoma. As far as like counting it as a definite win, I mean, we handled them last year. I don't trust Brent Venables, honestly, in my opinion.
Right.
I think he's Will Muschamp 2.0.
I
I've
mean,
said it
Carolina
once.
also made him look awful in years at Clemson. So like he just might have his number. Like I
Yeah,
don't know.
right. Alabama. I mean, literally, if you go down this list of games, and if you count 50-50 games as a loss, the Gamecocks legitimately could be 5-7.
5-7, 6-6, 7-5, anywhere in that range. Yep.
I mean, listen, the Citadel has beat us before.
Ugh.
Can you imagine? Say we're 5-4. Would that be right? Would that math work? No. So say we're 5-6 coming into Coastal Carolina. No, that math. What would the math be? 5-5? No.
There's 10-10, so it would be 5-5. Yeah.
Yeah. So 5-5 coming into Coastal Carolina. What if you lose that game? And then you got to beat Clemson to get the bowl eligibility. And then Clemson's just like on one of their world beater schedules. See, this isn't me giving my real opinion right now. This is me just telling you the traumatics of being a Gamecock fan,
I
of
get it.
being a football fan in general. Gamecock Chuck says drug tests coming Monday morning. Hey, how about you as a swim coach, Scott? Was that big in swim? They ever hit y'all with drug tests?
Oh yeah, all the time. So like me as a person, like me as a swimmer, at NCAA's, which is like our national championship, we had, if we won a heat or made finals, so if like we were top 16, we had to get drug tested. Yeah.
Right. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. P digits. The male cheerleaders are the difference maker at A&M. Yeah.
Gig 'em Ags.
That Yale squad worked really well out in front of the Capitol building in Columbia last year.
Yeah, that was yeah. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, Gamecock Chuck doesn't want to talk about what I said either. If we were
Yeah, if they're 5-5, yeah, nope.
and lose to Coastal, we'll have a meltdown. I agree. It'll be wild. Listen, I expect nothing but great things for the football season. I expect nothing but great things of Southern Fried Sports. And Scott has provided nothing but great things this evening. Let's see if we can find. Yeah, man. We got anything else crazy? Anybody else said in here? Yeah, here's one. That Clemson Tiger fan. I don't know if he was talking about.
Clemson respecting Carolina now. I will say that.
I don't know if he was talking about literal chickens or the Gamecocks. Honestly.
Oh, my two buddies that are like Clemson homers, they call us
But
the
I
chickens all the
appreciate-
time. It's funny.
All right. Here, so that's a good one. What's your best Clemson joke to end the show, Scott? I know you got a good one. I know, and I put you on the spot, and you're gonna forget it. I know how it works.
I was like, it's so sad where you can like,
because I can't even think of one now. Now that I said something.
Yeah, honestly, I can't either. But my favorite thing about Clemson, I'll give you that. How about my favorite thing about Clemson? I'll
Okay.
play it. I'll play it lighthearted, right? My favorite thing about Clemson is the run. It's like the John Cena joke where it's like you can't see me, so it's just like some running gag that has no validity. but it's the throwing the babies and batteries off the top upper deck. Like Clemson fans think that Carolina people throw babies, and I absolutely love that. So I wish they kept it going. I don't know.
Right. That is wild every time I see that come up on X. And so we're going to tie that whole show up in a nice bow. My camera might have froze.
Uh-oh.
My
Looks
whole
like it did.
computer. Yeah, my whole computer might have froze. Let's see. Man.
There you go.
All right, cool. All right, so we're back alive. But anyways, to tie the whole show in a nice bow, I'm a poet and I didn't know it. My favorite thing about Clemson is that my wife's little cousin, Lachlan, there was a tiger that was left in the stands. He survived all off season, and it was named after my wife's cousin, Lachlan, who passed away of leukemia. Marty Smith did a whole little thing about it.
Oh,
So
was it one of those tear jerk stories on game? Oh my God. I love those stories.
It was. It would have been like 2015 or so.
Okay.
But yeah, there is a whole story. They have like the whole Lachlan's Hope Foundation now.
That is the coolest thing I've heard tonight.
But yeah, that tiger, he was left in the stadium, and somebody apparently like posted, and it was after the Gamecocks beat the Tigers, which is why that's relevant. The Gamecocks beat the Tigers. Tiger made it all the way through. People posted on the internet and like, what should we name him? And it was when Lachlan, his story had become big. So it was great. Let's see here. Oh wait, here Gamecock Chuck, his son, leukemia survivor.
It's awesome.
And Chuck, bro, we're about to sign off. But Chuck, you know I love you. We'll do a whole show one time on it. We'll raise money for leukemia research. I don't care. We'll dive all into it. But yeah, that tiger is named Lachlan the Tiger. It's my favorite thing about Clemson.
Huge.
Love all the banter. I love all the fans. I love everybody. Just have a good time.
That's right.
That's all we're here to do. All right, Queen City. Tell everybody where to find you. Again, thank you very much for joining me.
Love it. I'm glad I can make it work now. Yeah, just hey, check me out on X. Or Twitter. I hate calling it X. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, check me out on Twitter right there. Queen City Spurs. Right here.
Other way. I do it too.
Okay.
I was about to say I can't do it either. I might be right.
It's like the background is flipped for me, so like
I know
Queen
it's
is
so
right
weird.
here for me. Yeah,
Bro,
I hate it.
It's so I have never learned how to act on camera, as you all can tell.
I will be very active on Twitter this season. I will be just because I'm gonna have the time. So, dude, I'll appreciate it, P Digits. I will absolutely give you a follow back too. I honestly, you'll find that I love engaging. I think I like engaging with Clemson fans more than Carolina fans. It's fun.
It is, and especially if you can find the ones. And again, that's what my show I want it to be about. Finding the right people that you can interact and engage in. You know what I mean?
Right.
There's no need, like, just for example, last night, my guy Mark, I posted something. It was about Micah Parsons that we've talked about on the show tonight. He was like, man, they should send him home to the Eagles. And so I posted it, and the dude I posted it to literally came back and was like, yeah, what a freaking idiot. Blah, blah, blah. Like, hey, you ain't got to call nobody no idiot. It was a joke. he didn't really believe that, but he was
Right.
saying, like, as a fan, send Micah home. But just don't spew negativity. Don't call people idiots. Don't call people dumb. Have a nice, respectful, gentleman-like conversation,
That's right.
right? P
That's all you
Digits,
can do.
he's the same. Don't judge P Digits by how many followers he has.
Don't worry, I won't.
Gamecock Chuck says, don't worry, I will. I will judge you. And y'all, how about this? Don't judge me on how many subscribers I like. And when I ask for you to hit subscribe, y'all hit follow, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. Football season. Gonna be
3
wild.
weeks away, baby.
Boy, I'm telling you what. Y'all think we wilding tonight? Wait till somebody drops a pass.
Oh, I can't
Anyways.
wait for 3 weeks from tonight or today to watch freaking Kansas State and Iowa State, I think it is. Like, give it to me, man. Give it to me.
Bro, I tried to watch some of the Hall of Fame game. I made it through a little bit of it, but
I'm a Lions fan, so that was tough.
yeah. Dan Campbell will get them right.
That's
And
right.
we'll get the rest of everybody right.
Yeah.
Y'all
that's
be
right.
blessed. Wait, no, what? What? They're confusing me. Oh, Peter. Okay. About the Hall of Fame game. Okay. I got it now. We're good. All right. Anyways, for Queen City Spurs and the Southern Fried Gentlemen of Southern Fried Sports, y'all be blessed, not stressed, and good night, everybody.